If boredom strikes and laziness lies, keep you up at night. Take a midnight drive and you'll survive by the computer light. Right? You're desperate for a taste of awesome and hungry for the hunt. And the Media League channel's got a seat for you in front. Ponies, he's Unikitties, he's dashing things about. All of them up in a cheap mask made of rubber. Things that feast on terror by the pound. So think before you ask for extra butter. The day is on, the time has come to seek yourself. The Media League video starting now. Dun 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 dun. Well, don't you worry about me, guys. I'm not afraid of Melissa showing up in the middle of my welcome all to the final week of the Godzillathon. Fatal Fight has been my most popular and entertaining type of videos supposed to occur on my channel. For YouTube. And this is quite an interesting face-off between being the king of the monsters and a purple dragon and hero. See you all later. Dragons are truly remarkable creatures, and kaiju, the Japanese word for a giant monster that destroys everything around it, like Godzilla, the king of the monsters, and Spyro, the purple dragon hero. Despite being popular reptiles for half a decade, these two enormous creatures have never met until today. He's Jim and I'm Inferno. And it's our job to analyze their armor, weapons, and skills to find out who could win a fatal fight.
The year was 1954, less than a decade after Little Boy and Fat Man had decimated Japan. The nuclear age had begun. As the United States tested their shiny new hydrogen bombs across the Pacific, one of them woke something up. Godzilla, the radioactive, rampaging savior/destroyer of Japan. Mutated by nuclear energy, Godzilla stands over 300 feet tall and weighs 90,000 tons. He is an unstoppable force of nature. And for some reason, Godzilla has made Japan his personal playground, and has been stomping through it for 60 years.
Couldn't he have picked on some other country?
Godzilla's radioactive mutation leaves everything in his wake contaminated. Water, plants, even people. Godzilla's presence alone turns a city block completely uninhabitable.
Like that noisy upstairs neighbor, or people who let their dog shit in your front lawn.
But Godzilla does not simply walk past his enemies to destroy them.
His strength is insane. He once lifted and threw his arch-rival Kaiser Ghidorah, who weighs 100,000 frickin' tons.
He channels this strength through his claws, teeth, tail,
And epic gravity-defying drop kicks.
hilarious abilities aside, Godzilla would not be such a legendary kaiju without some serious firepower. He can emit atomic energy from his body for a short-range nuclear pulse.
Or fire his signature atomic breath, a goddamn laser beam of pure radiation. That's like microwaving at least 100 balls of tinfoil.
Well, give or take a few million.
The atomic breath can melt, burn, or blow up just about anything. And you know it just can't smell good. I mean, that's a lot of fish.
No. That right there is Zilla, the bastardized and shamed American version that Toho literally bought the rights to and completely rebranded just to murder on screen.
Take that, America.
And that was just the real Godzilla's standard atomic breath.
Yep, after absorbing a giant pterodactyl soul, okay, he gained the power to boost his breath to the red spiral ray.
An attack so deadly, it only took a few blasts to obliterate the more powerful clone of himself, Space Godzilla.
What? Space Godzilla?
Yes, Space Godzilla's a thing. Moving on.
Oh,
Godzilla's cell structure can quickly regenerate from all manner of wounds. And despite being vulnerable to man-made electricity, he possesses magnetic properties. Like a lightning rod, he can attract thunderbolts from the sky and use nature's power to enhance his own abilities. Or turn himself into a giant living magnet.
magnets. How do they even work? Well, believe it or not, that isn't the weirdest thing that Godzilla can do. If Big G needs to get somewhere quick, he bends over, charges up, and does this.
Well, at least Japan is creative.
Wait, can that even happen?
Scaling to the present, to actually lift his body means the atomic breath must have a force of over 328 trillion psi. That's the equivalent of 1 trillion riot control fire hoses, enough to wrap around the Earth 38,000 times.
Damn. Godzilla has 44 known victories, largely due to his insane durability. He's fallen into a volcano, survived a black hole, and tanked a meteor at point blank without a scratch.
But despite popular belief, Godzilla is not invincible. His regeneration takes time, his speed is lacking, and despite having 2 brains, one in his skull and the other where his tail meets his torso, he's pretty darn clumsy.
Where were you on that one, Ass-Brain?
He officially lost a fight against King Kong, and he's even died in 4 separate films.
But Godzilla's victories definitely outweigh his failures. There's a good reason they call him the King of the Monsters.
There's actually a lot to say about Spyro, so plug it. I'll just show you the pictures of said character instead. Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities. So now, let's end this debate once and for all. Yeah, because it's time for a fatal fight. I smell a barbecue. Ready for round 2. Reptile breath. Godzilla. Walls. Fatality. KO. Well, better add Slayer of Dragons to his title because Godzilla just defeated Spyro. Oh, Spyro may have held the advantage in speed and magic, but Godzilla's own sheer size and power gave him the ability to win this bout. He's 9 times heavier than Spyro, and while Spyro survived in the end of his world and almost died, Godzilla took the Himmler explosion from a meteorite, and didn't even flinch. One bit. Spyro himself was once punched and weakened by a fire golem, a physically stronger foe. Oh, there was no way Godzilla could have overpowered this small purple dragon. Besides, Spyro always thinks of a way of beating his foes through reading and fighting. He takes 1 minute to analyze his opponent, and eventually win the day. With such a strategy. As well as his old enemy, Nasty Nork. On paper, this may sound like a smart idea, for one, but unfortunately for Spyro, Godzilla himself does not play that way. And while Godzilla's fire breath was comprised of pure radiation, and not magic, which Spyro is familiar with. If Spyro could not feed off of radiation, because it will make him feel a little sick, ill. Looks like Godzilla had just put Spyro through a living nightmare. To which, unfortunately, means Spyro did not survive. Ivan lived to tell the tale about it. The winner is Godzilla. And thus concludes Godzillathon for this month. And boy, what a thrill ride this was. Us Fanime facing Space Godzilla and Gigan, and with the aid of a new character, Catgirl, and the future version of Erno. Oh, I've really topped up off Media League this year, and thus we have finally proven that moving to two certain characters on Super Planet Dolan, that and one named Nixium and the other Hellbent, that science is superior. And of course,
are you done?
Yes, Paul.
Then skedaddle before I put you in one of your own precious test tubes, Mr. Foots.
Right? Meeting time with my mom.
And as for you, my fans, I'll see you in the Samurai Pizza Cat reboot in the YouTube video form.
Mom was watching. I'll be heading straight home, back to the room after the meeting. This was the last Godzillathon video for the year. I'm never doing something like this again. I'm going with Star Trek next year. And for the rest of you, on behalf of myself, Spyro, and the whole gang of the channel, keep your stick on the ice.
Everything reminds me of you, but everything is not enough. Really hard by the ocean, and all of those white hot sands, where every sunrise is just for you. So come along and take